Joining us during this last talk. I'm really honored to be here and that you are here present, because it's my first time that I'm presenting such a topic for a target audience. So, first time, a little bit scared, but hopefully I manage it. I would like to tell you a little bit about how we used and applied AI to fight counterfeit products. Together with a large electronic concern, we try to fight counterfeited. Counterfeit products are a big issue right now. A lot of companies are facing the problem that their products are recreated, some are bought and been sold. And it's really hurting their business. It's hurting their brand value, but and also customers are losing their trust in the brand. So it's not only bad for their business, but for the revenue, but it's also bad for the reputation. And therefore, they asked us to help them to solve this issue. So it's a growing concern. And we did a little bit of investigation how big this issue is actually for a customer. Before you start a project, you actually want to know what you have to deal with. So we first started to investigate how big is this problem and what do we have to face and where do we have to find a solution for. So we dive into some already performed documentation, and we find out that 66% of the consumers that have bought a product, a counterfeited product, is really losing their trust in a company. So it's really hurting the brand. Only for electronic products, there is a grey market that sells more than 40 billion for 40 billion euros. So a lot of brands, especially electronics, because it was only this investigation was only for electronic products, is losing 40 billion euros each year. And for our company that asked us for the solution, is already losing 10 million each year on counterfeited products. So there was a solid business case to start this project. Without a solid business case, everything falls down. Because if you run such a project, especially when it's an AI project that has to deal with a lot of uncertainties, unknown development, you really have to keep track of why you are doing this. Without a strong business case, everything will fail. So because you have to remind the customer constantly, why are you doing this and for what purpose? Because it's a difficult project, they don't understand every step, so with every step you have to let them know this is the reason why we are doing this project. And then you get them on board and they are willing to help you out, because it also asks a lot of effort from customer side. So we started first with this exploration phase, like what are we dealing, what's the business case, but also are there already solutions in the market that can help solving this issue. So we're starting to investigate to other solutions, and we found out that there isn't. There are some solutions, but they only detect if a product is genuine, but they don't detect if a project is fake. So it's just one size, it's limited, so it doesn't meet the expectations of the customer. And therefore, we start to in the design thinking phase with this customer to detect what are your requirements for this project. We have a business case, but what do you also want to accomplish, and when is this project successful for you? And during this design thinking phase, we explored all the end consumer, who is the actual end consumer for whom we are going to build this solution. So it's not only the people on the street that are buying this project, but the end consumer is also included in the company, because there are people who are have to deal and support and maintenance their product, and what do they want to get out of this project. So we start this design thinking phase, and we came out with the following pillars that we had to meet. The first pillar was we need some protection for our own products. We want to know if a product that a customer is buying is hurting our brand, so it's a counterfeit or a genuine product. Then we also want to know where did they bought this, and then we also have to face, but I will come after that, without gathering all kind of personal data, because that's allowed. We want to make it as low as possible. So where do they buy these products, and where are these counterfeited located? We also want to bring extra value for our customers. So not only that we know if they bought a genuine or a fake project, but we also want to give them something in return. And that's something that was not clear at the beginning, but there must be some possibilities to bring extra values for the customer, the end customer. And we also want to create a data set. Like, we want to know a little bit more about our products. Where are our products sold? Who's buying genuine products? Who's buying fake products? We have products that have been shipped to a specific location. Are they also been sold over there, or are they reshipped over time without letting us know? So give us as much as insights as possible. So it was a lot of questions. So during this design phase, we came up with the following solution. First of all, we want to use our we want to build a mobile application, because everybody has nowadays mobiles and it's easy to use, so let's use that. And when we start, we already know in which country, what country settings they selected, so we can make it as easy as possible to use. On each package, they added a QR code. So by scanning this QR code, you will be led to the web page where you can create a picture of the product, or you have to take a picture of the front end of the package, and then you can start an AI scan and see if the product is genuine or not. So first, you get some information about how you can take the picture, then taking a picture, uploading, and the authenticity check will start. And by the end, you will get the information if the project was genuine or fake. So this journey for the customer, the end customer, this journey starts with the QR code. Each QR code is unique. So when they are creating the QR code, they create for each package a unique QR code, and that is meeting all the expectation of blockchain technologies. So the QR code is placed on the package, but also on the outer box. The outer box gets a different unique QR code, so that we know where the products are shipped to. So we get a more insight, and when they creating those QR codes, they will upload it in a database so that we know which product has which unique QR ID. At the moment that they start scanning the QR ID, we already start with the first test, of the first check. We check if the QR ID is already in the database, and what we already know of this QR ID is what kind of package is it connected to. So we already know some product information, and we share that already with the customer. Like, okay, this QR code is connected to this product. And then they already know, if they already get some information about the product that they bought, and they can already check if it's the actual information of the product that they have in hand. Then we have a two-step verification. First step is that was the QR code, the check with the QR code, and then we asked if they can make a picture of the front of the package and then upload it for the authenticity check. And then they know if it's accurate or not. How does the AI authenticate the product? First, in our first setup, we tried to check the whole front of the box. So we used Vision AI to check the whole box. But then we noticed that the accuracy of the outcome was not enough, and was not meeting our high expectations. So what we did was identify which elements were unique on this box, and we started to identify each element, and we made for each element a different model. So at the moment the authenticity check starts, different models will start and checking out each component on this box. Like for this logo, we figured out that the really uniqueness was this slight difference in the L of Philips. And also these icons, we had a lot of, we spent a lot of time investigating this, what makes it unique, and we also had to find out what our counterfeiters were using on their boxes. And that was a difficulty because we didn't have counterfeited products. So we had an intern and he had to start creating a lot of possibility of wrong icons, wrong logos, wrong images, wrong colors. I don't know how much, but we spent, I think, 2-3 weeks with just creating fake elements for each component. So after that, I think he's a quite good counterfeiter for this, for Philips. Unfortunately for that, maybe they should hire him, because he is so trained in all the possibilities of good products and counterfeited products, because we had to fill our database, because without this data we could not train our models. So we had to create this data set, and that was a big challenge in this project. So what elements do we analyze? We had this image, the color palette, the shape detection, because they have different shapes of products. Logo detection, icon detection, you have different text on each box. So text analyzing, the positioning of each element on the box, and we will hopefully add more over time, but this is the set that we started recently. How does the AI, then we had a self-learning AI running on the background. That one is not using right now when you start the authenticity check, but what we do is we use the image that we receive to enlarge our database on the whole box AI. So hopefully within time we will get such a big database that we can also run the complete outer box check when it's accurate enough. How is the AI fed? I already explained a little bit, but that is, we created a lot of data our own, because maybe you already noticed when you start such a project with customers, a lot of customers don't have the right data. So you have to fill in those gaps yourself. So think out of the box. That's applying to this topic, but think out of this box and maybe find ways to create this data yourself. And we did that, and eventually we created a real good counterfeiter. So we fed our AI models with this data. And now we have We also had to meet the expectation of another end user, and that's the internal party. And they have to train the models and they have to work with it. Because in time, new products will be brought to the market. And you don't want to train every time, you have to inform the model every time about this new product. So we created a database in which they can adding new products, so new boxes, new products. If the box is comparing to an already existing box and it has the same elements like the same logo, same icons, maybe same color patterns that the AI already is trained in, then they can add it, and with just adding one image of the new products, the AI will already know how it needs to check the boxes. But when they want to add new logos, new icons, new color patterns, then we have to retrain or create a new model. That's the limitation that we have nowadays. The partners that are using the solution is Lumileds. It's part of Philips. But what we also wanted to do is find out where the products have been scanned. So at the moment an image is uploaded, we are able to detect the location of the mobile device, and we show it over here. And we created a complete background in which they can find all the information of what kind of product has been scanned. Is it an out of box, is it an actual product, and it's a counterfeit or a real product. I think the biggest issue here was how could we make sure that we not store personalized data. So we only check the location once, and then that's the only thing that we check, and we don't check other information. So we're tracking only where it's been the images has been uploaded, and we're not tracking any other data. Then they want to yeah.
I just had a question about your last comment.
Yes.
And so data privacy thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's an inhibitor for teams that are trying to kind of go for it and build AI in their companies in Europe? I mean, I feel, of course, in the long term that it's an advantage to have a stronger data model over the long term, but in the short term, American, Chinese companies aren't really thinking this way, and they're not really worried about it, and they're just going and doing stuff. So, what was your sense when you guys check that box with your own project? Was there a moment of pause? Was there a bunch of time spent? Efficiency?
No. Thank you for this question. We didn't have to rethink this for a really long time, because first we had a clear business case with clear questions, and in neither of those questions was there a need to store this personal data. There was no necessary to do so. And another thing is that we have a strong company philosophy that we never ever want to store this kind of data, or that we want to be responsible in doing so. So for us it was not a big brainer to how to deal with this. And luckily it was also not necessary. If so, I think we would think in ways of working around. Because that's indeed some companies don't care, but we think we have an obligation to deal with it in the right way, and the right way is what we think it's right.
Is that captured in a mission statement or an ethics sort of
No, it's not been documented for now. It's a thing that we just breathe. It's a part of our DNA. Yeah. But maybe we can maybe mention it. It's a good thing, maybe a tip to name it somewhere on our website. So thank you. They wanted to give end customers some extra value. So therefore, like for Lumileds, they sell those lamps for car lamps and car equipment. So we wanted to give them information how they could install it. So when you scan your product, you already can get some product information, also information on how you can use it and how you can install it into your car. But in the near future, they also want, if you scan it in the store, that they say if you purchase it right now, you will get a discount of 10%. So we can add extra offers and promotionals when they open and when they are led to the website. So scanning the QR code and going to the landing page, and you will receive immediately product information and promotions. So why did we opt for this solution? I think the main reason was there was a really strong business case, and there was really, we did a design thinking phase in which we had those pilots to meet up with, and this solution was able to meet up with the expectations and created value for the company, but also for the end users, internally end users, and the customer on the street, without a lot of, and make it as easy as possible. So this was a case in which we applied AI for fighting counterfeited. This was my story about it. Are there any questions?
Thank you for such an interesting topic. I'm wondering if you sort of using encryption and watermarking do you have on the packaging a certain combination of colors that the human eye might not see to differentiate? So it's hard, like for somebody who's comfortable to try to reproduce it because you can see it, but the AI will recognize this pattern.
Yeah, they have already a water logo on their boxes, and we try to include that in our models. But what we noticed, especially because what I showed was a paper box, but we also had some blisters, those plastic boxes, and when you try to make an image of it, you have to deal with a lot of lighting conditions, and that makes it so hard. So we have that right now running on the back and try to improve it, but the lighting conditions, especially in store locations, are so poorly that it was not usable, and the accuracy of the outcome was so low that we haven't made it part of the total solution.
But it's not the logo, like you have to detect the shape of things. What I'm thinking of is having like patches of slightly different colors.
Mm-hmm.
You would see something in the color histograms, and maybe with the change of light, you see the same pattern still.
Yeah, we try to also indeed with bringing back some lighting conditions and try to, but it was, no, the accuracy was for us right now not good enough to go in production. So we left it out for now, and hopefully we can add it in the near future. Mm-hmm. For now, we just gave insights in where the most counterfeit products has been sold and how much they has been sold. And at the moment, a customer runs the authenticity check and see it's a fake product, it immediately can inform the customer contact, and they can help them further with give him an actual product of the the customer gets insight in if it have an actual or a fake product, and so it will help the customer understand that if it bought a fake product, that it has a fake product in hands and that it can get a genuine as a replacement. So it doesn't hurt the brand for now, and it gives the cost of our Lumileds the possibility to gather insights of where those counterfeited products are sold, and then maybe they can take action. But for now it's more like awareness for the end customer and gather information of this problem for Lumileds. Are there other questions? In that case, I would like to thank you for your attention, and thank you all, and have a really nice way back home. Thank you.